All right, welcome back to Eyes Open Media. All right, so I'm back. I don't even know what the last video was I did on this channel. I'm trying to think. Jim Willie, maybe? I don't remember. Anyways, okay, so I'm glad to be back on Eyes Open Media. Um, and here's a article here about Apple. So Apple stock heads towards longest losing. It should say losing streak, but it said loss. I guess they wanted to keep it from being a longer title. It should say Apple stock heads towards longest losing streak in 18 years. Okay. So kind of interesting because everybody knows that how dominant Apple is. Okay, now I've had Apple phone for a long time. I still have some. They're not active, but I do use the Samsung Galaxy S7. But I know how dominant Apple has been, and I've owned two Apple iPhones. So but anyways, let's see what it says here. It says shares in Apple Inc. Paired earlier losses to be down 0.5% in the morning. Traded Monday, they were down as much as 1.4% earlier in the session, but were still on track to suffer the longest losing streak in 18 years. Okay, I wish I had the stock stuff up, but I don't. Actually, let me go to Investors Hub real quick. Okay, so there we are. Let me put Apple in so we can see the chart on Apple. Wow, oil's tanking like crazy right now. Okay, let's see the chart on Apple real quick, and let's see the last year. So let's look at the year for Apple. Why do you keep putting all these pop-up advertisements? Get out the way. Okay, so this is the yearly chart on Apple. Wow. Look at this thing. So as you see here, 130 from this is June 2015. It's at 130, $130 a share, and it goes all the way down to now it's at 92.76. So that's a nice drop from a year. So it's been on been on a long losing streak. Okay, and you would think Apple Inc. would be at it'll be at Google prices. It'll be at I mean, goodness gracious, Apple Inc. is making lots of money. So what's the problem? I guess they need newer innovations and newer things. But then you say, well, they have the iPad, they have the iPod, they have the Apple Watches. What's going on? Okay, so I don't know either. I don't know what's going on. Okay, it says the stock is headed for the eighth straight loss and 11th loss in 12 sessions since it closed at a 4 months high of 112 and 10 cents on April 14th. As I showed you on the chart, it's been down since last June. Okay. Says an 8 straight loss would be the longest such streak since the 8-day losing streak ending July 28th, 1998. Wow. Oh boy. And that's we know back in 1998, didn't we? No one was even thinking about Apple Macintosh or whatever the thing was. Yeah, Apple Macintosh until Steve Jobs took over and started to rebuild the company. Uh, it says here if the stock turns higher by the end of the day, the 7-day losing streak would be the longest since February 21st, 2013. The shares have tumbled 13% since the last gain ground on April 20th. It ticked up 0.2% that day, including a 6.3% plunge on April 27, after Apple reported disappointing quarterly earnings and results. Over the past 11 sessions, the stock has basically plummeted or tumbled 17%. Okay, while the Dow Jones Industrial Average has gained plus 0.40%, has slipped 0.5%. Okay. Let's see here. So, okay, so this is Apple. So this one is Apple, and this is the Dow Jones. Okay, so as you see here, the Apple's down, and the Dow Jones is on top here. So Dow Jones, looks like both of them are down. Okay. The Dow Jones is right now. It's a well, it should be. This is actually wrong because it's 12:39 Eastern Standard right now. But anyways, the Dow is up and Apple is down right now. Okay. Is that it on this one? Yeah, that's it on this one. Okay. So let's move on here and let's look at this one. It says, so they're giving an opinion here. It says Apple should buy Tesla and make Elon Musk the CEO. So now the CEO, then Elon Musk has done a great job with Tesla. As you see, this is Elon Musk right here. So he's done a great job with Tesla. He owns other businesses as well, not just Tesla, but he's done a great job with Tesla. The new Tesla vehicles that are coming out are like $39,000 or something like that base, and they're all sold out. He sold like 400, almost 400,000 of them pre-order. Okay, so I mean, they're going like crazy. So Tesla's doing a great job. And this is Tim Cook from Apple, who took over from, of course, the great Steve Jobs, and he's having a hard time reinventing the Apple machine. Okay, they have their products out, but it's the same products just over and over and over again. And I think people around the world are saying, okay, you're giving us the same product over and over and over again, and they still haven't fixed their camera issue on in Apple. So I don't know what's going on with that. I don't know why they don't force. I don't know why T-Mobile or AT&T or Verizon or whoever the major carriers are don't force iPhone to upgrade their cameras like Samsung. Samsung's cameras are amazing. iPhone cameras are still outdated. So that's one of the problems. If they fix their camera and put their cameras and make their cameras like Samsung's cameras, I think they wouldn't have that big of a problem. I think people are going away because a lot of people are doing more selfies, more videos now than ever before. So people want to use better cameras, and iPhone cameras are not good quality. The pictures and the video quality are not as good. I think they have 4K video quality though. On their latest phone though. But their camera is still bad for pictures for some reason. Okay. It says Apple Inc.'s dismal earnings announcements show why it badly needs to rethink its innovation model and leadership. Its last breakthrough innovation was the iPhone, which was released in 2007. Since then, Apple has simply been tweaking its contemporary, adding faster processors and more advanced sensors, and playing with its size, making it bigger in the iPad and smaller on the Apple Watch. Chief Executive Tim Cook is probably one of the most competent operations executives in the industry, but it's clearly not a technology visionary. Apple needs another Steve Jobs to reinvent itself, otherwise it will join the rank of HP and Compaq. Yeah. Okay, so somebody like Tim Cook would be a great fit for Apple. They're saying, okay. I think Tim Cook has the vision. I think Tim Cook has, of course he does, because he's the one that co-founded Tesla, right? So he's the CEO of Tesla. So we know that he has vision. He knows how to do things. He could be able to help Apple in lots of areas that they need help in, especially rethinking their inventions and all the things that they do to make it better. He can definitely help with his team to make the iPhone better. He can help with his team to make the iPod better, the Apple Watch better, and maybe even create new inventions for Apple. So yeah, that's I don't know if he would want to do that. I don't know if he's even interested in selling Tesla. But if I'm Apple, that would actually be a great opportunity to get into this type of business. Okay, with Elon Musk, okay, who is looked at as the next Steve Jobs right now, okay. Okay, let's see here. It says that Steve Jobs may be Elon Musk, who has proven to be the greatest visionary of our times. In the same period that Apple released the iPhone and successor, Musk developed two generations of world-changing electric vehicles, perfected a new generation of battery technologies, and released first-generation auto autonomous driving capabilities, and was in Tesla Motors Inc. Okay, now I've actually seen the Tesla cars. They used to have them up at the malls. They actually have a Tesla. They actually have a Tesla where I'm at. They have a Tesla store actually inside the mall. So you can go in there and you can look at the Tesla vehicles and see them yourself, and and check them out. And they also have like pamphlets and things of that nature, so you can actually become like a Tesla, part of the Tesla family, and you can call them up and ask for vehicles to be built and things of that nature. So when I see this, I'm like, okay, cool. Elon Musk might want to take this deal. I don't know if Apple's interested. This is just an opinion piece, but that would actually be pretty cool to see Apple team up with this man. He might not even have to take a deal. It might not even have to be a buyout deal. It could just be them working together to grow Apple, and change the way Apple is doing business so they can continue in the future. Okay, so that's it for me. Apple stock heads towards longest loss streak in 18 years. I've been watching the Apple stock, and it has been tanking. If you look at here, 1 month, I mean, it's just down the tubes. Okay, even if you look at 3 months. 3 months, well, actually 3 months from February. On February, it was under 95, and then it came all the way up to about 112, 113, and it's been tanking ever since. So the 1 month chart just tells you it's just been a tank fest. Okay, so I don't know what Apple's gonna do. Remember, they were fighting the feds as well. So they were fighting the feds, and I even told people on Patreon. I said, look, if Apple fights the feds, their stock's gonna rise, and that's exactly what happened. The stock was rising as they were fighting the feds. Okay, but now their first quarter results came out. It opens an eye to not just Apple but Microsoft as well. First quarter results were horrible. Okay, and that stock tanked as well. So a lot of these stocks are tanking because their first quarter results have been outrageous. Okay, the fourth quarter results from last year were, and the first quarter results for a lot of these companies, especially these banking companies, are horrible, and it's causing the Dow Jones to go down. Okay, so we need to see some good quarters here for the Dow Jones to start to climb back up. So the Dow Jones, basically, the Dow Jones is dropping. It's up today, but it's been dropping lately because of the bad quarters of the companies that are in the Dow Jones and Nasdaq. But once that settles down, then we're going to see the Dow Jones start to rise back up, and I believe that we're going to see 20,000 on the Dow Jones sometime this year. Maybe June, July, August, September, sometime around that time frame, we're going to see the Dow Jones enter 20,000 plus. Okay. And for you guys that are on Patreon, you already know the two stocks that you need to hold once you see the Dow go to 20,000. Okay, those are two stocks you need to hold. Matter of fact, the Dow is high enough right now that you should start to be buying those stocks anyways. Okay, because from 17.8 to 20,000, it's not that big of a gain. So it's a big gain, but it's not that big of a gain for the stocks. So you want to be grabbing those stocks and now. So when it does go to 20,000, it starts, and then we see the reset happen, and it reverses back to 15,000. You make a lot more money. You see what I'm saying? So either way, that's it for me. Apple stocks head towards the longest losing streak in 18 years, and I'm watching it daily. And I'm also watching the U.S. dollar as that hit the 52-week low as well today. So a lot of things are happening. Talk to you guys later, and always, always keep your eyes open. All right, so peace out.